Hi guys, welcome back to Lit by Literature. Today's video is another battle, book versus film. Which is better? Now, a lot of books have been adapted into films. Possibly some of your favourite films were originally books. But which is better? Which do you prefer? I personally prefer to read the book first, so I can imagine it in my own terms, imagine it how I want to, imagine the setting, imagine the character. And also the plot is usually more detailed in a book, whereas in a film it will be more condensed to fit the time of the film. Also, a film is somebody else's interpretation, but this could be interesting. It could be interesting to see how something you read in a book is adapted to film, is interpreted to film. So it is really quite interesting as well. And it's nice to see it, to visualize it. It's not all in your head imagined. You can actually see it on a screen, see what it looks like. And it's quite interesting. It's also quite fun to see. But sometimes, like I was saying, the story has changed, the plot has changed, and it's a little bit disappointing. Sometimes the endings have changed, or sometimes characters have been taken out of the story entirely, and you're thinking, no, why are you ruining a perfectly good book by changing the ending, or changing the character, or changing some of the plot? It's awful, but it does happen. For example, I'm thinking of Allegiant, the third installment in the Divergent series. In the book, it ends a particular way that makes a lot of sense, and that is really quite symbolic. And in the film, it just doesn't end like that at all, which takes away all the symbolism and all what makes that ending great. So it's actually quite a disappointment. But sometimes, films can be better. And sometimes it's worth seeing them first. I've certainly done that myself. For example, The Fault in Our Stars, one of my favourite books of all time, I actually watched the film first before reading the book. And then when I read it, I could see the scenes in my head from the film as I was reading the book. So it does take away, imagine it in your own time, in your own way, having your interpretation. But it's also interesting because as you're reading, you're imagining it, you're visualising it from the film at the same time. And it's quite nice to do. But generally, books are better, if you ask me. What about you? What do you think? Do you prefer the book or the film? Do you read the book before watching the film, the other way around? How do you do it? Let me know in the comments below. And of course, anything else you've got to say, let me know as well.